stars, and that's who we are. We are voices. There's nothing to fear. Explode in your rear. Feel our voices.
Oh, Voice of a Republic, back. This is Ed.
This is Mike.
And this is Carl.
Good to see everybody. How you doing?
I'll let Mike answer first since he's the new guy back here.
He's got the crown.
I'm the new guy back. I'm the new guy back. And I'm fine.
Nice.
Now, next.
I do love that hat, though.
Thanks, buddy.
It's brilliant.
I like your hat.
Thanks. I'm rocking the Mystery Science Theater this week. So
All about it. You can't get enough.
no, I can't. Have you guys been keeping track of the Kickstarter campaign that they're running to bring back Mystery Science Theater?
It's really exciting, but controversial.
Yeah, some of the casting stuff's kind of controversial. I'm kind of on the fence. I'm not a huge Felicia Day fan. I think she's kind of boring. I don't know, but like it's not enough to scare me away from the project or anything. But they just announced that Patton Oswalt is actually joining on as her sidekick. He's going to be playing TV's son of TV's Frank is the character's name. So
Love it. Oh, sorry, that was me trying to be sneaky with
Yeah.
show stuff.
yeah, good job.
That's a listener bonus. Oh. Cool.
But-
yeah, I'm still really excited that there's still life in it. I mean, there's still so many movies to talk about. There's still a lot that can be done with that franchise, and
And I mean, they make at least one bad movie a year. So I mean,
At
if you
least.
like it's been what 2002 since it's been off the air. So that's at least 13 bad movies. That's a season.
that's right. That's right. Slam dunk.
And all they're just trying to do is bring it back. That's it.
Yeah, it's they have a new cast and everything. Joel Hodgson, he finally got the rights back for it, and that's the thing that kind of prompted it. So they're making an online version of it. I think it's bringbackmst3k.com is the website. But if you guys Google it, you'll be able to find it. But they've already hit their first goal, so they're into their stretch goals, and I think they hit their second stretch goal. So there's like a guaranteed 6 episodes, I think now, something like that. So
Right on.
yeah,
Cool. And it's internet only at this point, right?
yes,
Okay. Well,
Well,
still,
that's
it's pretty exciting.
entertainment anyway, so good.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun, and like I've said, some people online talking about it, like, yeah, I'm not too keen on some of the casting, but worst comes to worst, even if it's not that good, it's still something, and I'm sure it's going to be at least entertaining. So you'll get some entertainment out of it, even if it's not your favorite thing ever. So check it
I
out.
look forward to that happening in the future.
Yeah, but you know what else happened in the future?
What?
Blade Runner.
Pew! Oh yeah, slam dunk. We're
Right
the
in
kings of we're like Jordan and Rodman.
Yes, you can be the
With
winner.
the rebound hand passing things in the balls. Yeah.
The thing is, though, is I told you to be the worm. Like I'll be Jordan. No. I'm not saying I'm Jordan. I'm just saying that you're stylish enough to be Rodman. I'm not stylish enough. I'm not cool enough to be Rodman. So.
I accept.
You are. I disagree.
Tonight.
Thank you.
You are the worm, man. So right, we got so many movies to talk about this week. So many movies about the future, and while we were going about our busy lives, we realized, actually last week, Carl and I realized, like, oh shit, the future's here, and a lot of these movies are either happening, have happened, or like we're knocking on the door. So
Yeah.
one of the most influential of all time has to be Blade Runner from 1982. Takes place in 2019, and stylistic as fuck, but chock full of really interesting predictions.
And you know what's really funny is that means that Blade Runner is as old as I am. and it still holds up. I think it's a gorgeous movie. Like,
You're holding up. You look great.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I've been working on it. I've been trying to pull this all together. But yeah, I think it holds up really, really well. The special effects can be a little dated at times, but I think that they just tried to do something so big and so beautiful that even when they're doing like the flying car scenes when they're coming through the city and everything, like any lines you might see from the matte paintings or any of the special effects or anything, like it's just so gorgeous that you can overlook it. It's just such a beautiful movie.
Yeah, absolutely. And just, there's a lot of ideas that they bring up that aren't necessarily new, but it's so stylistic that, it does create a very solid world. So, we've seen the flying cars before, but, they seem pretty doable in Blade Runner.
Mhm.
But, we're also going to be talking about stuff that maybe the movies didn't get quite right by now. So, since 2019 is coming up, we're talking about Google-driven cars, but we really aren't anywhere near flying cars. And
No, I have, however, seen the like neon umbrellas.
I actually have one. I got it from a
got
TP.
one.
Yeah, it's not neon though. It's not an actual neon tube. It's actually it's a like kind of a crystal tube, like a plastic tube,
Right.
that refracts the light, and it has LEDs in the handle of it. And
it's like a lightsaber, right?
basically, yeah, and only it has an umbrella attached to it. So yeah, it's almost like a toy lightsaber. So
Yeah.
Do you know what I saw in New York? I attended a New York Comic Con, and it was during the day, I believe, that like Back to the Future, the day that Back to the Future happened or whatever. And if you went, you had to do something, and you got a bottle of Pepsi Perfect.
nice.
And what was cool about it, it was like this weird Pepsi logo shaped bottle, and it came in like a plastic kind of cylinder. It was a cylinder within a cylinder. And even though I'm like not a Pepsi man, I'm a Diet Pepsi man, but I'm more of a Coke guy. I was like, I'm not gonna get a stupid thing. I kind of wanted it because the packaging looked so cool. It was so pretty.
Yeah.
Well, I know Matt Prov actually been on the show before for our Ghostbusters episode. He actually got one. I think he got a container. It was a big deal because he's Canadian, and apparently it was super hard to get in Canada. I mean, like I'm not sure how easy it was to get in America either because I didn't try. But yeah, apparently it was harder for Canadians to get it, and he was really proud because he put it on Facebook and everything. I was real happy for him because he was super excited. So good job, Matt.
That's pretty cool.
It
Yeah.
was difficult.
I love when they.
do stuff for it.
Sorry, Mike. I didn't know you were talking.
Sorry.
I just stepped all over you. Sorry.
No, it was difficult at the convention. You had to do stuff to get it. Like you had to do something specific. I don't know if they made it more difficult for Canadians.
Mm,
As they should.
yes.
I think they do. Canadians and Mormons.
They should make the Canadians do crazy stunts to earn stuff because they've got a better healthcare system. So to them, it ain't no thing.
Right.
Yeah, dude, but I've got to tell you something. You ever looked at a Canadian's driver's license?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, their driver's license number is, I'll give you an example. It's like capital W, 1, R, 77, another letter, another number, another letter, another number, 2 more numbers, another letter. That's really long. It's like 25 things long, and it's like letter, number, number, letter, number, number. And so if you're working at a register or if you're working at the airport and you have to take this number and put it down, and like put it into the system, you've got to like letter, number.
Ugh.
You know what I mean? It's a hassle. It's not just like a couple letters and the rest are numbers. I took way too much time on it.
But we all learned something, and that's what's important.
And
It's delightful.
it's like crap like that in milk in bags. What's wrong with Canada? I mean, really, guys.
I could do a bag of milk. Just stick it in my pocket. It's all good.
Milk in bags. Germany has milk in boxes. They're called septic boxes.
That's disgusting.
Strange.
I don't want to hear more at all. Tell you one thing. Some things that are kind of happening. We didn't get our video phones, like so many properties have talked about, which is probably for the best. Because I think we all learned from Logan's Run, and I think Demolition Man, you may call someone and they just might happen to be naked.
Yeah.
That's probably bad. Probably, maybe. But on the other hand, I've got an Xbox with Kinect, and just like Deckard, who is, putting in a photograph on like a little scanner, and he's got a home printer. Like at the time, you had to go to Photomat or Walgreens or somewhere to get your photos done. He just like can print shit out at home. But he's like talking to this computer, and he's just like, scan left 235, stop, zoom in, stop, And that was like, I remember being like so fascinated by being able to tell your computer exactly like what to do in that respect. And now I've got the Xbox, and that is the first thing I thought of having it. And like, Xbox, Netflix, and you put on Netflix, and you're like, search, and then you can just tell it verbally exactly what to do next. That's my geek out. That's all I got.
Xbox enhance. Xbox enhance. That was a joke in Super Troopers. Did you ever see that? Where
I didn't.
He's sitting there and he's pulling up the picture and he's like, enhance, click, 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 enhance, click, click, and then like the desk sergeant's like finally like, stop it, knock it off, and he's like.
I tell you, with regards to that Xbox thing, I'll go over to Joel Carroll's house sometimes and we'll be chatting, and then out of nowhere he'll go, stop listening, and I'm like,
yeah.
What? And he'll go, stop listening! And he's talking to the Xbox.
Oh, yeah. It throws a lot of people off, definitely.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad that I don't have that sort of thing, because I have the PlayStation, and it's a cool feature, but it's like, nah, it's all right. I don't need to talk to my console. I don't know.
Another really cool part that Blade Runner brings up, but thank God it hasn't happened, it's really pretty like a dark point of view in that we would ruin the environment so much that a lot of animals would apparently be killed off thanks to, I assume, pollution, because it's always dark and rainy in Blade Runner. That they had to start cloning animals, like real animals, no matter what it is, even cats and dogs and shit. They're too expensive. They have to clone them, and the clones are cheaper than regular animals.
And here's a really interesting thing, because I actually read Do Androids Dream of Robotic Sheep, or whatever it's called, the original Philip K. Dick story, the novella. I actually read it. Really good. But what they don't really hit on is in the original story, it's almost kind of like a religious thing where they're required to keep animals. So it's kind of like they're like, we're the keepers of the earth. We're bringing back animals, and like we're trying to help the environment and all that. And it's actually like part of their requirement of their whole culture to raise an animal. And one of the things that they do is they actually have these android animals that they keep care of, like when you can't afford a real one, and like so it's kind of like to keep up appearances, to make it look like you're doing your part and everything, but it's actually like you just have like a robotic sheep. It's like so
it's a status thing.
Yeah, and that's what ends up kind of being. Like the book is a lot different than the movie, but they're both amazing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying one's better than the other. I actually recommend anyone go out and read the book. It's a little far out there. Well, Philip K. Dick is usually pretty far out there, but it's definitely really interesting. And they talk about how certain animals are worth more because of the environmental damage, and like I think it was like owls are super valuable because like almost all the owls were killed during deforestation and stuff like that. So.
Oh man, awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in that story that like gets cut in the movie. It's not necessary, but it's really interesting. So.
Like a seed registry.
Yeah, actually that's a lot like what it's like. So. Only with animals. So.
Way cool. Way cool. Well, I think we should put a fork in it for today.
Okay. Sorry, that was really decisive. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Goodbye.
Done.
Great. But yeah, awesome. Great being back talking with you guys. And we're going to be back tomorrow, all this week. Future Flicks. Future Flicks.
Do we want to give them a preview of what we're talking about tomorrow?
I would love to.
Logan's Run.
Oh, should have, but no.
Destination Moon.
Destination Moon. Never seen that one. But tomorrow we're talking another sort of dystopian future. Another one of my favorites, The Running Man.
What?
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah.
It's the 9. What about your friends?
There's a dance called the RoboCop. I have no idea what it looks like, but
Probably a lot of "You're coming with me,"
I wish. If it's just walking around like RoboCop, I got it nailed.
and then shooting people in the dicks. Like
Yeah.
that's the climax. Is you shoot someone in the dick.
You gotta, shoot. That's the finish. You walk like you're trying to not shit your pants, and you do the robot at the same time, and then you stop and you shoot someone in the dick.
Pew 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 pew.
That's it. Bring it back, kids. Bring it back.
But until we talk about that, come on over to vorradio.com. You can find links to our Facebook group, our YouTube channel, links to the iTunes. However you want to take in our show, audio or video, you can find it all there, along with contact information to call in and be a part of the show on our Republicon, which is played every fourth segment of the show.
Yes.
So check back on Friday, and you will hear your voice. So that, I mean, if you call us, like, we can't magically just render your voice. So, but
No, but we love to do impressions. So even if you do, if you want to send an email, we will read it in a voice of your choosing or our choosing, in case your idea sucks.
Or we'll, just make you up. We'll invent you.
yes.
Do our impression.
I believe that's called a kneel before pod fan.
Oh!
I don't know. I don't know. We think we have that in common. The old ringer feedback. So, ain't no shame in our game.
No.
No shame. Cool.
All right.
So until tomorrow, may the force be with.
Badass.
What?
Mm-hmm.